Jacques Lacan was a French psychoanalyst. He makes Freud sound like a simple valley girl. Lacan's theory of how the self works is so complicated it makes my teeth hurt to think about it. Slavoj Žižek is a philosopher at the University of Ljubljana, Slovenia. I think I said this fairly close to the way it's pronounced, who has written a book called The Puppet and the Dwarf. The book takes a look at modern Christianity from the viewpoint of Lacanian psychoanalysis, or at least that's what I think it's about. Welcome, Mr. Žižek. Did I say it? Tell me the right way.
Slavoj Žižek. But again, I prefer it the wrong way. It makes me paranoid if I hear it.
This is the most complicated book I have ever tried to read.
Strange, because the goal of the book is, on the contrary, to make Lacan back into someone whom even your grandma could understand. So the thrust of the book is not so much Christianity. The basic idea is the following one.
Okay.
Today, there is a certain common agreement that certain things are going on, like we need more tolerance, people no longer believe, the era of big ideological...
We need tolerance and...
And on the other hand, ideology is over, who cares about big ideological projects? The third complaint, too much consumption, society of consumption.
Too much materialism.
Yeah, materialism and so on, and lack of true authority.
So these are all things that
I try to undermine, not in the sense of defending authority, but in the sense of proving how it's the exact opposite which is going on. Could I give you just an example? For example, authority.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say you have a good old-fashioned father. It's Sunday afternoon. You have to visit grandma. The father, good old-fashioned authoritarian father, will tell you, listen, I don't care how you feel if you're a small kid, of course. I don't care how you feel. You have to go.
You're going.
Go with grandmother and behave there properly.
Okay.
That's good. You can resist. No, nothing is broken. But let's say you have this so-called tolerant postmodern father. What he will tell you is the following. You know how much your grandmother loves you, but nonetheless, you should only visit her if you really want to. Now, every child who is not an idiot, and they are not idiots, know that this apparent free choice secretly contains an even much stronger order. It's not only you have to visit your grandmother, but you have to like it. So
I'm beginning to like this book all the more.
That's one example of how apparent tolerance, choice, and so on can conceal a much stronger order.
So we should go back to more like the dad that just says, "'Cause I said so."
Absolutely. It's more honest. Another example, society of consumption. We say, oh, we just consummate today and so on and so on. And no values, no constraints and so on. One nice paradox. It appears like, today you are allowed to dedicate your life to pleasures, actualizing your true self. Who cares about...
Build your sense of self-esteem.
Yeah. But in order to do this, now things get complicated. You have to do the proper jogging, proper feeding, not to harass others, and so on and so on. So the paradox is that the final outcome of this so-called hedonism is that our lives, I claim, are more regulated than ever. The final paradox here.
Trying to live healthy is killing me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what's the solution then? The solution is the following one. You can have it all, but in a reduced form, deprived of its substance. For example, coffee, yes, without caffeine. Sweet patisserie, yes, without sugar.
You're
Beer,
kind of
yes.
Dennis Leary from Slovenia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go on. It's not only these ridiculous examples. What about safe sex, which means basically sex without sex?
Yeah.
What about even, if I may add to this series, the so-called Colin Powell doctrine, which means war without warfare, at least for our side, no casualties on our side and so on.
I'm beginning to get into this Lacanian stuff.
If you ask me, maybe you will not like now my next example.
Okay.
If there is one product which I think encapsulates this logic, is... it's a kind of a slightly vulgar one in California. I bought it recently. A chocolate laxative. Chocolate usually is supposed to give you constipation. The idea is, the product...
Is that in here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All of this is in there.
Okay.
So, and then there are, again, numerous other examples. Like people say, we are today too passive, just passive consumers, and so on.
We're
what
running
about
out of time.
canned laughter?
I want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank you for being on Night Beat, the show that is not afraid to bring you a Lacanian psychoanalytic take on Christianity. It's all here in the book, The Puppet and the Dwarf.
And as a Marxist, if I may add, if somebody tells that Lacan is difficult, this is class propaganda by the enemy. Okay.
Thank you so much for coming in. I never thought I'd have this much fun talking about this.
Thanks very much.
Have a great weekend. Take care.